changing lives.
Hello and good evening. Wherever you hear my voice from, this is Love at Home. I am Efia Sewa Mansa. It's always a joy when it is time for us to come into your homes because it gives us the opportunity to discuss issues pertaining to families. So here we talk about parenting, we talk about raising children, we talk about husbandry, wife-free issues, anything bothering the home is what we talk about. And last week we discussed investments in the business, in the family. Today is another interesting topic, and we want to look at family business benefits and its challenges. Is there really the need for us to do this? In times like this, we need to set up some family business. How is it going to benefit us? This and many more will be our discussion. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, I will introduce you to my guest and we'll start the discussion. Thank you.
In a world thirsting for hope and guidance, the Seventh-day Adventist Church presents
Our Future Foretold Bible Seminars, a National Women's Ministry satellite company that will ignite your faith and illuminate your path.
Join us as we embark on a transformative journey led by Sister Celeste Ryan Blyden, Executive Secretary of the Columbia Union Conference, USA.
My friends, the future is not a mystery to be feared, but a promise to be embraced. Together, we'll unlock the prophetic wisdom of the scriptures and discover how they speak directly to our lives today.
This unprecedented event will take place at SDA Central Church in Coast from October 2nd to 12th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. each night.
Chosen for mission, I will go.
Whether you're seeking answers, yearning for community, or ready to deepen your faith, these seminars are you. Together, we'll explore God's promises and your purpose.
Mark your calendars now for our Future Foretold Bible Seminars, October 2nd to the 12th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. each night. Join us at the Seventh-day Adventist Central Church in Cape Coast. You can also tune in live only on Hope Channel Ghana, on air and online.
The future is on. Will you answer?
Hello, you are welcome. This is Love at Home, and thank you so much for not leaving us on the show. Thank you so much. Remember, it is time is so. Let's call in every member of the family. Call everybody. That time is so. Let's discuss issues pertaining to the family. On my far left, I have a very beautiful woman. Yes, she is, and so colorful. Mrs. Faustina Otabel Ejrifo. Mommy, good evening.
Good evening.
I love your smile.
Thank you.
How was your day?
By God's grace.
Yeah. To God be the glory.
Yeah.
I hope your family is doing well.
Everyone is doing well.
Oh God, we thank you. And to her, I have another handsome man. Yes. Elder Abednego Osei. Elder.
Yes.
Majo.
Yeah.
How was your day at work?
The day was very good.
Yeah.
Yes. We thank God for the gift of life.
Yeah.
We thank God for
and to you, wherever you hear my voice from, I say Ayuko Akwaba. Now let's gather. Let's sit and talk and discuss. Remember to join the discussion on 0559-680066 and also on our Facebook, on our YouTube and IG. You are welcome. Now let me start with you, Auntie Fosi. When we talk about family business, what is it about?
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So as the name implies, family business is a commercial organization planned, managed, monitored, and owned by members of the same family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, this is deep. Plan. managed, owned by the family.
Yes.
Elder, do you want to add something to it?
Oh yeah, I think Auntie has mentioned a lot of words here.
Yes.
But I think simple put, you are looking at a commercial organization. So any organization that's bringing you money is commercial. And then, I mean, you can start with 2 or family members. So it could be a husband and wife.
Yeah.
It could also be siblings. Or yes, any 2 members of a family can start a family business. So I think that's basically what it is.
Okay.
But it can be more than 2 people as well. It can be a family of 5, 6, all coming together to create a business.
But are there any significance or any benefits of running a family business?
Yes.
You sure?
I mean, yes, of course. I mean, there are a whole lot of evidence and history to show that there's a lot of benefit or great significance in starting a family business. I mean, we can all see Melcom around. Melcom is a family business. I know BMW is also a family business. Walmart is also another family business. And there are a whole lot of them. The benefit is that, I mean, if you are part of a family business, there's loyalty.
Okay.
There's always a succession planning. There's a vision for the company. Everybody who is working for that business is putting up his or her best because you know that you have equity in the business. I'm sure you have heard that sometimes when you are working at our workplace, people will say, hey, sorry, Kofi, na ejuma na your papa dia. So it means that if ejuma na your papa dia, you do well to make sure that it is sustainable. Because at the end of the day, if the business is doing well, it inures to your benefit.
Yes.
Whatever profit, equities, shares, or anything that is coming out of it, you're also going to enjoy it. So there's a lot of benefit in having a family business.
Okay.
And I mentioned earlier that once we are here on this earth, one thing we should all know that we should leave a legacy. Okay, so that your name should not be wiped away when you die. Family business is one of the ways you can leave a legacy even whilst you are dead and gone. So once you create the business, your generation will come and take it up, and if the business blossom and is doing so well, so many years when you are dead, people will still be mentioning your name. So family business is a very good thing.
I think you want to add something?
Yeah, I want to add a little to what Elder said.
Ahead.
I would want to talk about the financial benefit. There's this saying that we create wealth and share. So we are in the same family. Our focus, why do we establish the business? Because we want to get some wealth. Because we want to get something, profitability. So when we start the benefit, it will stay in the family. Yes. So we are creating the wealth and we are sharing it. We are going to benefit because all the family are coming together to ensure that the business grows. So I will talk about the financial benefits that the family will get if we are to start a business.
I am so happy when a woman is talking about financial benefits.
Yeah.
Now let's look. Are there some challenges that family business will normally go through? Do you have you can you share with me? Do you have some challenges you think a family may go through when they are having business?
Yeah, there are quite a number of challenges, but let me narrow it down.
Okay.
Let's talk about flexibility. Somebody say is that it's a benefit, but at the same time it can be a challenge as well. In a situation where I feel the company belongs to the family, I have to go to work, but I feel my body is paining me, so I'm not going. In the long run, what will happen? It will not help the business, and by the time you realize the business is going down. So flexibility is one thing that we have to consider as far as family business is concerned. And then discipline and monitoring. Sometimes we believe in our families. We think that, oh, this person is my cousin. So instead of we taking cautious efforts to monitor these people, we will not do that. We feel everything is fine. So instead of us to monitor our resources, our income that we are generating on daily basis, we tend to relax. And by the time you realize it will become a challenge, and in the long run, it will not help the businesses that we are running as a family.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, so yes, she's right. The thing is that normally when we have a lack of succession planning, it becomes a challenge.
What do you mean by
business.
lack of succession planning?
Succession planning is a framework or something, a decision or a plan that we have put together just to say that this person is supposed to take up this job role, is supposed to be doing this, even in the absence of any other family member, or even in the death of the person. This is the one who take over.
Yeah.
And because we believe that he or she is good at this particular area, let this person manage the job. You can be the accountant, this person be the HR, this person takes another job role. Everything is set out clearly. And then we know who is handling what. When that plan is non-existent, it becomes a challenge. Because I feel that, oh, maybe handling the accounting unit is good. Me, I don't have any accounting background. That is where I want to do, and I want to be. And because I'm the guy who is louder in the family, I just bulldoze my way through.
Yeah.
You go and sit there, and you don't have the requisite skill to do the work. It becomes a challenge. Yeah. The other thing is family food. Also, it's a challenge because my sister's brother, my cousin and stuff, he wants the person to occupy this position. I don't like that. Then it becomes a challenge. We think that this person is taking more money than the other. Then it becomes a problem. That can be a challenge, and it can really affect the family business. And then, yeah, lack of clearly defined job roles.
Okay.
It's very important, so that we don't crisscross each other.
Exactly.
If this is your job role, this is what you're supposed to do, we need to clearly define it. If this is what Joyce you have to do, you need to clearly define it. Once we fail to do that, I think that job you are doing, I can do it better. I can crisscross you. When you are not around, I just come and sit on your decks and do all the manner of things that you are doing, and I may not be able to do it well. All these things bring problems. If we don't do it well, the whole family business will collapse.
So in your own view, looking at the challenges vis-a-vis the benefits, do you think the benefits is worth taking the risk?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So that is why we are pointing it out. I mean, if we know, or if we are watching us and you have a family business and you feel that some of these things are happening, you need to put a corrective measures to it. And the benefits are all there for you to see. I mean, there's a lot of benefit in having a family business.
Now, let me come to you, Auntie Fosti. I want to start a family business. How do I identify opportunities?
Okay.
Are they available?
Okay.
How do I go into it?
Okay. Let me take you back a little.
Thank you.
I wanted to add something to...
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about conflict and communication.
Yeah. Okay.
And I remember, you know, I manage an event industry, and whereby my husband has been supporting almost all the time. So I remember one time we went on the field, whereby he wanted to give instructions. Hey, let's do this, let's do that. And I realized that that particular decision will not help. In situation, he feel he's the husband, so I have to obey. And I also feel I'm the expert. I have to ensure the right thing is being done. You know, so from the beginning, it was creating conflict as far as the business is concerned. But then we have to work on our communication. Let's understand, let's draw boundaries between family. When we are in the house, yes, you are the head of the family. When it comes to the business, know that this person can be the boss. This person, it doesn't matter whether you are the husband and probably you have to take instructions from the manager. Or so these are some of the things that, or the challenges that businesses. So then let's go back to
the opportunities, identifiable ones.
Exactly. So there are so many opportunities out there. But first of all, I feel you have to first of all develop an interest.
All right.
Yes. If you don't have an interest in a particular business, in fact, you start and you fail. Business is not about buying and selling. Most people get it wrong because they feel like, hey, I have this capital. Let me go and buy these tomatoes. Let me go and sell. You don't even have any knowledge about it. So develop the interest first. That is the first thing. If you have the interest, then it will urge you to research on that particular business that you want to venture. You can ask friends. Now we have the internet. Go online, find out what are the advantages, What are the disadvantages? Understand the business in which you are going to do. That is the market research. And then you have to also find out, do people really need that particular thing that you want to venture? So you have to get people, you have to get your market, identify who are your target market. Then if you are able to do all those things, then now you have to come, if you have to register the business, you can do the registration and all that, but you can start with something small. Sometimes we feel we have to get a lot of money before we can start a venture, but no. If you have, once the interest is there, you can start somewhere and gradually
Please repeat what you just said.
Once the interest is there, you can start gradually and you get there.
So you are saying we don't need to get huge sums of money before we go into business?
No.
We should develop the interest.
The interest. That is the most important thing. The reason why I'm saying that there are so many challenges when you enter the business. So when you enter first and you start, maybe there is a fail, you feel like you shouldn't go in again. But because you have the interest, you have to still push forward. You sit back, you relax, and then you find out what did you do wrong. You understand? So once the interest is there, you are good to go. You will succeed.
This is interesting. Now, I still want us to look at how we can identify opportunities in our communities, because we are saying that I finished school, I don't have job, families are complaining, there are no jobs, there are no businesses, there are everything. In actual fact, they say nothing is working. So that is what some people are saying. Is that really the case? Or you think there are opportunities, but we are just refusing to see them?
Okay, so Joyce, you know, nowadays I also do a lot of outreach on wealth creation. And then what the literature is telling us that where there are problems, there are money there. Okay, so what it means is that there are a lot of opportunities and money in Ghana, because we know that there are a lot of problems here. So one, the opportunities are there. The other thing I want to say is this: business is the way to go. Business creates a money-making machine for you. And so instead of working for someone, I will always advocate that you do a business on your own. That is how you make your money. So we are building on last week's conversation. Investment is, it's a great investment tool you can have that can really be bringing you money all the time. So the thing is, how do I start a business, or how do I do it well so that I can create the money for me? I keep saying that you don't have to start big or think big or be complicated about things. You can start small. So I'm building on Fosti's case. Where is the interest? Where is your talent? Where do you think that particular thing, when you touch it with a little effort, you're able to make it big? Okay, so that's where you focus on and you start. So as a family, you realize that this is our interest is in cooking. Anytime you do food for people, people tend to enjoy it. Why don't you start a restaurant? As little as you can, you start it and gradually you'll be building it up. Some people are very good in cleaning. They can clean your room and you will not even find a dent. So maybe you can start a cleaning agency. You start cleaning people and people's houses and companies and places, and you charge for that. There are a whole lot of businesses that we can start depending on where our interest is. But the thing is this: there are 5 commandments that you need to be able to satisfy.
Commandments?
Yes, 5 business commandments that you need to satisfy. If you're able to satisfy those 5 commandments, you are good to go. You will never fail in your business.
All right, give them to us.
Okay, so there's the commandment of entry. Okay, there's the commandment of scale, commandment of time, commandment of so I've talked about entry, I've talked about scale, I've talked about time, I've talked about control. And the last one is the commandment of need. Need. Whatever business that you are going to pursue, don't think about your interest. Do people actually need these services that I'm going to provide? If your answer is yes, then you go for it. All right. The entry is also equally important. You know that you are good in preparing food, so you want to enter into the food business. But that particular area you are looking at, there are 2 or more people selling that same type of food. Must you also go and join them and be selling your food? Of course, it's going to be a challenge because you're all going to share their profit. So you're not going to make it. It's like entering the motorway and there's traffic on it. You are going to join the traffic. The car will not be moving. Even if you move at a slower pace. So it tells you that you don't go and enter into a traffic. You look at the area where the need and then the traffic is not much. The need is much, the traffic is not much, then you can enter that space.
The need is much, traffic is not much.
Yes.
Explain, please.
Okay, so the need is, everybody need that. And as for food, let me use food as an example. No matter how hard the economy is, people will still eat. So the need is there. So you try the need, you attempt the need. And I'm saying that the traffic, you don't go to an area where there are so many of that business in there. Okay, so if you find out that that particular area, there are a lot of, you don't enter because you're going to join the traffic, which will be a challenge. The scale is this, the commandment of scale. Okay, so you have started a business in your community, maybe just a provision store, people buy from you and stuff like that. You know, we tend to live in a comfort zone. Once we are in that area, in that space, small space, and they are buying our goods and services and products, we think we are okay. We don't look at expanding. You need to expand. The business must grow. So you start setting up other branches, okay, so that you expand. That's the scale. The commandment of scale. Then the commandment of control says that the business that you are doing, you know, it shouldn't be a situation where you have employed somebody or there are people in there that knows better than you, the owner. It becomes a challenge. Because today if he tells you that I'm not coming to work, then you are in trouble. So assuming you are into bread selling business, okay, the one who is baking the bread is sick today. It means today you have no job to do. So you learn how to bake the bread. Learn how to bake the bread so that you can bake your bread and sell it. So that's the thing. Nobody should have control more than you. You should be able to have control over this. The last one is the
time.
Forgotten. The time, yes. So with the time, what he's saying is that, you know, there are some companies or institutions, when the owner is not there, there's free for all. Everybody is free to do anything and nothing really goes according to plan. It is only when the person is there. So it's eating, the company, the business is eating all your time. Now you don't even have time to go out there and get other business to come and add on to what you have. So you should be able to create a business in such a way that even in your absence, everything will go on as expected. That is it. So once you're able to satisfy these 5 commandments of business, you would never fail.
So you made mention of entry.
Yes.
Scale.
Yes.
Time.
Yes.
Control.
Yes.
And need.
Yes. These 5.
Yes.
I want to add something to the commandment. In situation whereby, for the sake of our viewers, so in situation whereby you have a particular business that you want to enter, and probably there are a lot of competitors. For me, what I feel you should do as a business owner is that ask yourself, what different can you do in order to satisfy the customer? As you gave an example for food. Yes. There are so many people selling food. But the point is that you would want to go to a particular joint. What's different does that person do that you want to go there? Probably based on branding, how the person has packaged the business. That will attract you. I want to use my business as an example so that people would understand well. I remember I went to do a decoration in a particular church. And after the program, the minister, I think she called me and she said, you know what, there are so many people who have come to my church to decorate the place. There are only 2 people, which you are the second person that you have impressed me. And I was like, wow, what are the things that you can conclude? So he said he had to get close to the deco that I have done. The ironing or the fabrics. You understand? So there are so many event or decorators out there. Who are decorators? Some people charging very less, some people moderate, some people high. But you know, somebody would want to come to you because of the quality services that you give. So I feel there are a lot of people entering into the same business, but make your own different. differentiate yourself from that of your competitor. That will make you unique, and people would love to come to you. I remember I had established a salon before, so the taxpayers came round, and they charged me 200 that time. So I was like, other shops were paying 50 cedis. So I went to ask other salons how much they have paid, and the person said 50 cedis. I was like, ah. So I went to them again. I wanted to understand why mine was 200 cedis, and the answer was like the way you have packaged yourself. You have an office. I was like, seriously? So I want to encourage somebody that whatever you find yourself doing, do it and do it well. It doesn't matter whether there are a lot of people in the same industry.
Stand out.
Exactly. That will make yours unique, and people would want to patronize you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow. And so I was looking at how families can succeed in running a successful business, but I think you've made mention of adding value and other do you have other ones you want to add?
So we said earlier, put on a succession plan. Let's have a clear job roles, job descriptions, what everyone is doing. Don't crisscross each other. We know that if this person is not there, this is the one who is handling the business. This is how the business is going. We call something value proposition. The objective with which we are setting the business. All these things might come out clearly. Okay. So we know our interests, we know our objective, we know our vision, we know where we are going, and everything will be fine.
You know, I have a challenge. Normally, we are after the money.
Yes.
So, yes, there is the need. So we all rush into the need. We do not really sometimes train ourselves. So you realize that you'll be doing a particular way throughout. For example, somebody who went to learn hairdressing. Those days when we do our hairstyle, then we pull them here. That is all that the person knows how to do. Now there are other things like what Madame Fosti has done, which is so nice. So if you are not learning these things and knowing how to do them, it means that you are paving yourself out. So my issue is training. How do we get involved? How do we train ourselves to always to be at the top?
Okay, so I want to help.
Please
first.
go ahead.
You see, every business, there should be a mission and a vision. You have to state clearly, how do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Probably your mission and your vision state that you want to just limit yourself by 2 years, never fully up, then that is it. But if you want to get to the top, that probably I want to become maybe the best decorator in West Africa and all that, then you have to monitor the trend of business. What was I doing? What is the trend now? So before I would even want to implement a particular project, I would want to find out what others are doing. What makes them so unique? Why would people patronize this particular person? Then you have to find out exactly what is making them successful. You understand? So if you're able to identify all these and you're able to implement it, but you have to even enhance on what you have learned. So you have to follow the trend. Make sure, because customers, we are all there to satisfy them profitably. And if you are not able to handle a particular customer, the person will go to another person, and you lose that. So all that you have to make sure that you have a clear vision and a mission, how you want to see yourself. You understand? If you're able to do that, everybody around you will cooperate, and the family business will succeed.
Yes, sir.
Learning and development. That is what I'm into. So you need to learn and then develop yourself all the time. Today, education is not far. When you take the phone, YouTube has everything. Some weeks ago, myself and my cousin wanted to bake bread. We just went on YouTube and we baked some. Good to go. Yeah, I'll show you the pictures. Okay, so I think that it is not far-fetched. You don't necessarily have to go and enroll in an institution to get a certificate before you can do the things that you want to do in your family business. You can learn everything.
Learning and development is important.
Yeah.
Do not get stuck to the one way of doing things. Try to put in some value and your business will thrive. Let's go for a quick break. And when we come back, we continue with our discussion. Remember, we are discussing family business benefits and challenges. You can send in your questions and contributions to 0559 680066. Thank you. Be right back.
In a world thirsting for hope and guidance, the Seventh-day Adventist Church presents
Our Future Foretold Bible Seminars, a National Women's Ministry satellite campaign that will ignite your faith and illuminate your path.
Join us as we embark on a transformative journey led by Sister Celeste Ryan Blyden, Executive Secretary of the Columbia Union Conference, USA.
My friends, the future is not a mystery to be feared, but a promise to be embraced. Together, we'll unlock the prophetic wisdom of the scriptures and discover how they speak directly to our lives today.
This unprecedented event will take place at SDA Central Church in Cape Coast from October 2nd to 12th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. each night.
Chosen for mission, I will go.
Whether you're seeking answers, yearning for community, or ready to deepen your faith, these seminars are for you. Together, we'll explore God's promises and your purpose.
Mark your calendars now for our Future Foretold Bible Seminars, October 2nd to the 12th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. each night. Join us at the Seventh-day Adventist Central Church in Cape Coast, and also tune in live only on Hope Channel Ghana, on air and online.
The future is calling. Will you answer?
Hello guys, I welcome you all to Gospel 101 TV show. My name is Selassie Evelyn, and I'm thrilled to be your guide on this uplifting journey into the heart of gospel music and inspiration. What you made ye sui, yet de ekuku dam. Get ready for a television show that will challenge, uplift, and remind you of the incredible power of God. Yesha Wobo said, yet the life-changing stories.
We are not going to marry when we go to heaven. It is very true. But if we are not careful, our body is heaven.
Good music videos. So tell a friend to tell another friend. Say, Gospel 101 Jumedieno has come. It is not just a show. It is going to be an experience.
Gospel 101, showing this and every Wednesday at 6 p.m. right here on Hope TV.
My dear family, you are welcome back, and thank you so much for not leaving the dial. Thank you so much. We are grateful. Remember to join the discussion on 0559680066. You can send in your contributions, your questions, or any remarks that you want to put across. You can join us on Facebook, YouTube, or any of our social media handles. Thank you so much. But before we left for break, we were discussing family business benefits and challenges. And Auntie Fossey took us through value. I love that aspect, the value proposition, where there is the need for you to add value. Now, let me come to you again, Auntie Fossey. Sometimes families set business, then along the line or the path, you realize that the business collapses. How do we do? How do we bounce back? What should we do?
Thank you. I have experienced that before. Anyway.
Oh, I see. Then you are going to share with us.
But first of all, I want our viewers to understand that in the entrepreneurial journey, there is always challenges.
Yeah.
If you remember, I told you that first of all, before you start the business, you have to have the interest for it. There should be a passion. Because you have that interest, when some of these things happened, you are able to handle it. So on the first step, I feel you have to accept failure.
Okay.
Yes, you have to accept that you have failed. You started, you have failed. And there is this saying that it's better you start and fail than not to start at all. At least you have tried. How about those who didn't do anything? So you have to accept that you have failed. That will give you the opportunity for you to now find out what happened. What didn't you do wrong? What are the things that made you fail? Then you go back and check. I told you it has happened to me before.
Yeah.
Yes. I started drinks business. I was into distribution of soft drinks, all kinds of soft drinks, because I feel like I'm into event. What are the other opportunity? I believe we'll go there.
Yes.
Exactly. So I started the drinks business. I feel like, oh, if somebody calls me for event, I would just recommend, oh, I have soft drinks, I have A, B, C, D, so that as I'm moving, in fact, I'm moving with everything. If I get a contract, in fact, I want to collect all your money.
That is it.
So what happened was that I want to actually share what actually happened.
Yeah.
It's a family business. I brought in my cousin to help me. And like I told you, sometimes we believe that our family members. So they're monitoring. You are also doing other business. So by the time you get to the house, you are tired. Instead of you to check, you feel, oh, wait, you're on your BBR. But by the time you realize, the little drop of water make a mind to ocean. The person will be taking it gradually. By the time you realize, you are gone.
This drinks business too. It's just press.
Exactly. Exactly. So by the time you realize, now a chunk of your money has just gone. We were. The second one is that you have to also ensure that you develop a new business opportunity. Now you have failed. What went wrong? So if it's something that you can try again, you can try. If you feel that it wouldn't work, you have to stop, bounce back, get different opportunities. There are so many opportunities down there. So, but if you think maybe because of what you did, now you have learned your lessons and you want to move forward, I believe you can do that. The next one is that you have to also rebuild a credit opportunity for yourself. Now you are in debt because the business has collapsed. You have to find avenues because probably maybe you can't get loan now they call your business. So you have to find ways and means. Go to the your creditors. Yes, go to them. Let them know what has happened to your business. They have those managed that payment plan for you. Then you'll be paying those ones installment. But don't bounce back. Some of the financial institutions, when you are able to even identify the problems that they can still help you. Yeah. I have witnessed that. I've worked in a financial institution whereby we have helped customers in that direction. The fact that the business has failed, that doesn't mean that is the end of the story. Right. So the company can even help you, or your family members can all come together. And now it is the family. It's a family business that you started anyway, and you have failed. So everybody has to come together. This is not the time to put blames.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So we shouldn't say we wanted to do this.
That is why
you said we should do it. So the problem is coming from you. So husband should be mad at you.
So that is why I'm saying that you have to first of all accept that there's a failure. So the husband was there when the business was going on. The wife too was there. The children are there. So if I fail to monitor, what were you doing? So it's a family business that we started. We are all responsible to ensure that the business runs. Now we have failed. So first of all of us have to accept the fact that, yes, the business has failed. Then we have to work things around. Now, if the husband didn't do something right, now he has to also check and ensure that this time around, let's do things right. If a child also has a responsibility to play, to ensure that the business also goes on, the person also has to do it. So if we are all coming together, now we know that this is the reason why we have failed. We will now correct our mistakes and ensure that the business now thrive.
Yeah. Wow. Yes. But in your case, did you seek professional advice or professional support as to how the business failed?
Okay, so let me say there are masters of the game.
Yeah.
Before I entered the business, there are some people who have been in the business for a very long time. So I had to go to them. Yes, I had to tell them what happened. And then they are the same people who will tell you A, B, C, D. Right. You don't have to do A, you don't have to do A, B. So if you want to enter into it again, now do it like this, do it like that. So that is how it is.
This is becoming interesting. Now, Elder, let's look at the step-by-step principle to follow in setting up a business.
Yeah, so let me build on what Foster just mentioned. I think that is very important that we have an open communication when we want to have a family business.
Yeah.
So we need to bring all the family together.
Yes.
And then we sell our value proposition, what we actually want to do, and the reasons why we want to do. The objective, you set the objective clearly, you get everyone's buy-in, then you can start. Again, I mentioned earlier on, once we start the business, we should have a clear job description for everyone.
Exactly.
So you'll be in charge of this, and this is what you'll be doing.
Exactly.
This one is in charge of this, is what you'll be doing. It's in charge of this, is what you'll be doing. In the event of death or anything, this is the person who takes over.
Yeah.
We all agree on this, then we start. We wouldn't have any problem.
Sure.
Even in the course of time when you have challenges, you can always seek professional advice and support outside. So that everything is very important. Let me just add a little to what Fosti said. You know, research says that 90% of the startup business, they fail. And even businesses that have made it big today, about 90 of them failed. Okay,
Severally.
so absolutely. So success is actually a culmination of too many failures that ends up being successful. So failure, it's never the end of the game. It's the beginning.
So you are saying that if we are into business and the business fails, it doesn't mean that you are building, and so the husband should be mad at the wife, or the wife should be mad at the husband.
Not at all. That is actually the beginning of your success story.
All right.
You never end there. You need to move on.
This is interesting. I'm sure families at home when he's saying you don't know what you're talking about.
I know what I'm talking about.
You've gone for loan to do business, and you are saying when we fail, it is the beginning of our success.
You need that experience.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So what should families do, preparing and anticipating to set up a business? How do we bring everybody on board?
Okay, so I think I mentioned earlier. So as a family, we sit. This is our value proposition. This is what we want to do. This is the aim. This is the objective. This is the vision. Okay, I think Fosti mentioned earlier on. So let's get everyone's buy-in to what we are about to do. When we are done that, so we've put the plan together. Okay, so when we are starting, Fosti is in charge of the decorations and everything that is there. Joyce is in charge of the finance and everything. I don't come in there. I'm in charge of communication or the marketing bit of it. We set a clear rules. If we think that we need somebody from outside, an expert, to come and help, we bring the person in. We have all agreed. There are even times where you think that we should even sell part of the business to someone else. Okay, so that it takes maybe 25% shares, 50% shares. It's good for the family business so that we can grow, we can maintain the family beyond our existence, okay, so that it can grow. So all these things must be clearly said. We have an open communication, very clear language everybody understands, job description, job roles, everything set out clearly. We wouldn't have problem. That is a step-by-step way to really begin a business and be successful.
I have been thinking, how do we averse risk? Because the monies that we have, they are not much. Meanwhile, we want to earn more. How do we manage the risk of the business failing?
Okay. So someone will mention about insurance today. You can buy insurance to protect yourself. But the best insurance you can have for yourself is what I call financial literacy. Whatever you are doing, you must have a very good knowledge about the thing before you enter. It is not about, this is what Fosti is saying. Hey, Fosti is into event business. It's giving her a lot of money. Then you also go in there, you want to do that. No.
You fail.
You fail. But when you have a clear knowledge, the interest is there, the passion is there, you have done all the things that we have said, that alone is an insurance for you. But nothing also stops you from visiting an insurance company. You tell them what you have and what they can provide for you, so that in the case of an event, yes, they can come in to support you.
I have been thinking, you see that these days, a family is into a type of business. At the end of the day, their children do not want to do, to have anything to do with the family, with the family business. What causes this? No, let me come to you.
Okay, so my speech has been interest.
Yeah.
When you are bringing up a child and you have a family business, you don't have to wait for the child to graduate before you start to tell him that, hey, come to the company, come and manage the business. That time, the child has even decided what he or she wants to do. So, from childhood, develop the interest for the children. How can you do that? By involving them in what you do. I have a practical example.
Please
whereby I had a call from a client, and the person wants me to come and inspect the venue and all that. So I told him, say, hey, nowadays, I don't just move. Before I move, you have to do A, B, C, D, and that. Because sometimes you drive all the way to a particular venue, and later the person will come and tell you that, hey, my auntie wants to do it for me for free, and that kind of stuff. So
yeah, that's commitment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So before I move, you have to ensure that you have made some deposit. The person says, oh, no problem, you come, I'm at the event, the center.
The center.
So I was with my child, my boy, and I went with him. The business discussion, everything, he was around, and I collected the money. So in the car, I was counting the money. So my boy was like, hey, mommy, so just coming to this place, no, you collected this plenty money. I said, yes, this is business. So he was like, hey, so why? Just coming, driving? I said, yes. So now he started asking questions.
Yeah.
That is where the interest
in.
Yeah. Yes. Because now he has seen money.
Yeah.
Now I'm not working for the whole month before I'll get that money. You understand? Within some few hours, we have been able to generate that income. So that is where the interest, you start the interest with. Let a child, involve the child in what you are doing. Maybe if I'm baking in the house, oh, come and sieve the flour for me. Come and cream the margarine for me. I had a cousin staying with me. He came to stay with me because he wanted to complete secondary school. But honestly, after completion, he can bake. He can cover cake, my wedding cake. If I'm not around, this guy can work on it.
He's a guy?
Yes.
That's nice.
Wow.
You understand? So that is where the interest is. I didn't force him to learn, but as I'm doing it, so Charlie, creamy mommy, mix with mommy. So by the time you realize he can do all those things, as a matter of fact, it got to a point where if I am not able to go to the shop, this guy can go and open the shop, prepare meat pie, and sell for me.
Wow. Wow.
With the same taste you would have done?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about measurement.
The specimen.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll teach you how you need probably
2 ounces of that.
Exactly.
This sounds
and that. So in doing it gradually, the person, in fact, he didn't even know that he's learning.
Wow.
But by the time he realized he can bake, he can cover cake, he can do the work when I'm not even around. He can decorate a table. So I feel we have to involve our children in whatever we are doing. It doesn't matter the gender of that child, because we feel like when it comes to baking, catering, it's for the girls. But hey, now the best chefs are the guys. Yes, they are guys. So I feel when you are able to involve them from the beginning, that interest will come. Allow them to learn whatever, allow them to tell you whatever they want to become in future. I've told my boys, whatever you want to become, I'll allow you to do it. But hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what is bringing food on the table. So let's all come together. So sometimes during events, you see my children, my 8-year girl will be folding napkins.
Wow.
You've taught her how to do it.
Exactly. So everybody is helping. You see my husband, sometimes he even work than myself. But he's a professional teacher.
Yeah.
But now he can create a backdrop, he can fix it, he can do, that is involvement. But how can you do that if you are able to bring all of them together? A, do this for me. B, do that for me. By the time you realize, everybody will come on board and we are good to go. The business will thrive.
Now, Elder, our children are going to school. We want the book knowledge. the classroom, the elite way, why should you tell me that I should still teach my child the business I'm doing? What would be the benefit for the child?
The benefit is enormous.
Okay, share some with me.
Unfortunately, school haven't taught us what we call financial freedom. The school and the university will teach you how to, build a professional career for yourself. And at the end of the day, you get employed by somebody. The person put a value on you and say that, oh, the job that you are doing, this is how much I'm going to pay you. This one, you are actually going to earn your value.
Yes.
So we need to explain these things to our kids. Of course, education is very important, but this is the most important thing in your life. And I keep saying, business is the way to go. Yeah. Unlike being a professional, I don't want there, but being a professional, working for someone and getting paid at the end of the month. It doesn't. Those of us who do monthly salary pay job thing, we understand. By the time the month end, our monies are finished. But doing a business gives you a lot of satisfaction. Okay. This is where your passion is. This is what you like doing. You are happy about it. And it comes with money as well.
Exactly.
I mean, who doesn't like this?
Yeah.
So when you explain it well to your kids, they are going to school, but they are developing the interest, like she's saying, and they will really buy into the family business idea.
Now, we want to see how we can pass on our businesses to the next generations and generations and generations to come. The joy should be that, oh, we had a grandmom or great-great-great-grandmom who had this, that. How do we do this? Now, Auntie Fosti.
I'll start again on still the interest. Okay. You understand? If, as elders started, family legacy, if the person doesn't have the interest in what you are doing, they will not even want to even venture into it. In fact, they will even forget about it. You understand? So I feel if they are able to create that interest, they all come together and will ensure that, hey, they know the vision, they know where the company want to go into. So however the challenges, they still want to ensure that the legacy lives on.
Yeah. I want to add something.
I will send them to Malcolm first. Look at Malcolm. This is a family business.
Yes.
Do you like your family business to be as like big as this?
Yeah.
I'm sure they will say yes. Okay. So again, we'll come and sit on
from somewhere.
We sit on the table. We know we will look at each other's strength and weakness. So if we feel that this succession planning that we are drawing, Joyce is the one who is capable of taking over the business. When I am not there, we all understand, you all agree, we give it to Joyce. You will play this role, this person plays this role. So it continues. If Joyce is also no more, it moves like that. We can draw all those plans. 20, 50, 100 years, we can do that and put it down. Once there's a succession plan, there shouldn't be a problem at all. Everything should be fine.
Wow. Now, your final words and advice. Let me start with you, Elder.
5 commandments of business.
Okay. So you said entry, scale, time, control, and need.
That's it.
All right. Yes.
Business is about taking risks. But it should be a calculated risk. There's no harm in trying. You will try, you will fail, but you have to keep pushing before you get there. And I know with the interest that I keep saying, and with the help of God, you will succeed.
Amen.
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 Now, there's a question. I don't know who the person is directing the question to. He says, what if your wife wants to start a business and help her with an amount of money, but people ask for credit? Would it help the business to grow? For example, maybe you've given some money to your wife to do business with. Then in the business, people are taking it as credit.
You mean customers are buying on credit?
Buying on credit. Would it help the business? What should the person do?
As a young business,
startup business.
Even if you want a loan, in fact, aside the business I do, I also work for somebody as well. And we normally don't give loans to starters. Because you don't even know the trend. You don't even know how you're going to make it. So we will give you some time, at least 6 months or a year, for you to build that grounds. So it's a young business, for Christ's sake. And you cannot start with credit unless and you want to push in there, then fine. But I feel as young business as that, You don't have to encourage that. Let your wife know that it's a young business. You have to develop. Make sure that how is the returns? So you can explain that to your customer. Say, hey, my capital crampo you understand? So I cannot, because in fact, if you do it on credit, the money will get finished. How can you even refinance the money?
I think the idea is that when we give, I'm sure the person is thinking when he or she gives out for credit, then he'll get people to come patronize her more. So how should he communicate the message to his or her customers that no, I can't give credit, but what should she put in place? I mean, what value can she add to stand in place of those credits that maybe others are giving, but she will not be able to give?
Yeah, so let me add to what Fosti said. I think for a startup business, it's a no-no. The question I'm even asking, what was the plan in the first place? Okay, so you need to be able to set up the plan such that you know that within 5-6 years you break even, with the money you are starting with. Then maybe after you breaking even, where you are seeing profit, you can even consider credit. But the thing is that, did you meet the commandment of need? If you have satisfied the commandment of need, something that we need, we will find money and come and buy. We won't buy on credit. I don't know if you get my point. So branding, how you market the thing, it should be able to captivate people such that they would rather go and borrow money from somewhere and come and buy it than buying it on credit. But if it's like you are forcing people to buy something they don't need, they think they are doing a favor, and so because you are disturbing me, okay, you give it to me, but I can't pay it now. We know today people do that. When we go to churches, there are things in their car boot and stuff like that, that take this one by force selling, that kind of thing. But the thing is, do I even need it? Of course not. No need, so it's very important that we satisfy the commandment of need. We know our plan, where we are breaking even and when we are making profit, before we consider selling on credit.
Well, all too soon our time is up. I am sure you've learnt a lot. I have. I don't know what about you. But what is important is that we need to be able to respect the 5 commandments. Entry, where are you setting it up? The scale, the time, control, what controls or control measures are you putting in place? And whatever you are selling, is there the need for it? If you are able to answer to all these, I am sure you'll be able to do. And I was also glad when Auntie Fosti also made it out that we need to involve every member of the family, from children to our husbands and wives. It's a family business. So when there is a fail, we should not say that Asumesi brought it, but rather let's go back to the board, see how we can remeasure, evaluate ourselves, and come back with a better force so that next time we'll be better. I'm sure you have learned a lot. It is important that wherever you are, you start to do something. Don't wait. You need the must that you should be able to start doing something. It will help you. It will help your families. It will help the children. Same time next week, we come into your homes again. This has been Love at Home, and we discussed family business, benefits, and its challenges. Don't let the challenges outweigh you, but the benefits are enormous, and you'll be blessed. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye.